There are no hard and fast rules about how long Andrew's healing will take, but sometimes the results can appear astonishingly quickly, as in the case of Frida Banks.
Well, Andrew cured me really quickly. The first visit I went to him, and he just put his hands on, and I just felt this click in my neck, and it was wonderful. The pain just went.
The neck was totally locked. She was in a collar for over a year, and she came in and she said, "Please help me, please help me." And I placed my hand on the back of this lady's neck, who has an incurable problem. The medical profession can't do nothing. I placed my hand on the back of that lady's neck, and I cured that lady within a matter of seconds.
As soon as I got home, I threw the collar away, obviously, put the painkillers in the bin. I'd had it for years, and it was just so wonderful not to have it anymore. It was a nightmare going to bed. I couldn't turn over without feeling sick and giddy. Driving the car I couldn't turn round to reverse, that was awkward, and just couldn't turn my head from side to side. The pain was just so bad. They said it was spondylitis of the spine, but up near the neck end, and I could have an operation, but it was 50-50 whether I would be able to move my neck again afterwards, so I wouldn't have it done. No, I'm glad I didn't. Also, I went to see Andrew. Went to the doctor. He said I had arthritis in my feet. Once again, painkillers. And one doctor said rest, one said walk, but walking was really hard to do. So I came to see Andrew, and really after the first visit, once again, I could go down to the shops, carry my shopping again instead of having to take the car. It was just absolutely fantastic. He's wonderful.
I'm only pleased once again for Frida.
It's just so wonderful, really. You know, people going to hospital, going to doctors and being told they can't do any more for them, and then just coming to see Andrew and giving a new lease of life again. It just must be wonderful. Just for me, being freed with pain, but for people that have worse ailments and cancer and told they can't do anything, and then he cures it and they're living again, it just must be wonderful for him to know that he's got this gift and he can help people so much. The heat from his hands it's marvellous. Even now, just that little, I can feel it going all through my body again. And also when he puts his hand over your eyes, the bright lights and the colours, you just can't describe it. They're all so beautiful, beautiful greens and blues and purples, and they're so vivid. It's just lovely. He's wonderful. He really is.
Our last story will move even the toughest of people. Harry Mowbray was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 1999. He was told by his doctors that there was absolutely nothing that they could do. Harry's future seemed sealed, until he booked in to see Andrew.
After 26 years of suffering the terrible pain of renal colic, on November the 5th, I went to see my consultant in Southampton General Hospital to discuss the results of my last operation. That was the 55th I'd had on my kidneys. Well, he sent me for an x-ray, which I brought back. He put it on the scanner on the wall. He looked at it and turned around. He said, "I'm sorry, it's bad news." He said, "Both your kidneys are full of stones again, and you've got prostate cancer." I said, "Well, what are you going to do about it?" He said, "I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do." He said, "You're too old to have any more operations. You've had too many operations as it is." He said, "You've suffered myocardial infarction, your heart's in a very bad state." He said, "I think it would be fatal if we operated." I said, "Well, he must be able to do something." So he said, "I'll put you on the scanner to try and get rid of the stones. And we wait until the cancer spreads a little, and then we go on to chemotherapy." Thank you. I went home. Next day I phoned Andrew.
When he first contacted me, unfortunately I was in India. When I come back from India, I did phone him quite quickly.
On the Monday, about 9:30 in the morning, I had a phone call. It was from Andrew. He'd come home and he'd picked my message up and we had a chat. And he said, well, I'm pretty booked for 6 months. He said, phone back in about a month's time. I said, I'm sorry, I won't be alive then.
He was in threat of losing his life.
So he said, I'll see what I can do. So about an hour later, he phoned back. He said, I've got an appointment, a cancellation tomorrow about 1:30. Would you like it? So I said, yeah, certainly.
When Harry come in the healing room, I stopped him as he walked in the door.
Andrew said, stop there.
I could see a large patch of green over the prostate region of Harry, and when I placed my hand on Harry's lower stomach, the heat was literally phenomenal.
He asked me to sit on the stool. Then he knelt behind me and put his hands on my body. I was wearing a thick woolen shirt and a thick pullover. But within moments I felt this heat penetrating. And it got hotter and hotter. And I felt the pain disappearing.
I stepped back and I could see the green change into a lighter green, into a yellow, which I could see that Harry was going to receive something special here.
He brought his hands up my body slowly. When he got my shoulder, he just shook his hands, and the pain had gone. He then asked me to move my neck, my head like that. I couldn't do so, because I had arthritis so bad in the top of the spine that I hadn't been able to move my head for ages. So he put his hands around my neck, like so, and the heat came again. Well, there, but 3 or 4 minutes, I suppose. He took his hands away. He said, move your neck, and I was able to move my head round to anything. Right. The treatment was finished. I got up, made arrangements to see him next week. Well, this carried on for about 7 weeks. At the end of the 7th week, he said, I think you're okay now. I had no more pain, no more stiffness to the neck. And, well, I felt really relieved.
I cured Harry within about 7 weeks, and the medical profession were floored. You know, his PSA level dropped back down to normal. He had no medical treatment. They were actually absolutely floored, and Harry hit the headlines.
A few weeks later, I went to see my GP. Told her about it, so she sent me for a blood test. A fortnight later, the result came back. She phoned me up. She was shocked. She said, your blood is that of a young man. I don't know.